Hi, Neil Tech. Can you just let me know, is this sound coming through? I'm not 100% certain if it's coming through yet. Hello, Entity. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if this sound's coming through. Let me know. Hi, Wayne. Yes, sound. So we've got sound coming through. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Entity. Hello, Drew. Colin. You're gonna have to bear with me. I did try and set this up a couple of days ago, but I'm using little bits of technology I've not used before. Sue Morris, how are you feeling? I'm feeling okay, to be honest with you. Um, I'm so tempted to get out and start doing a couple of more videos. Hi, Lynn Patterson, how are you? I'm fine. Anthony, good evening. Paul, hello, Julie. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. Hello, Michael. Hello, Susan. Right, can everybody hit the thumbs up? Hit the thumbs up, that puts the video out to more people. We've got 36 people on at the moment. Is the picture okay as well? Hello, Anthony. Hello, Brian. Yeah, I know the sound's coming through. How's the picture? Right, we've got another Andrew on. Hello, Andrew. Got several Andrews on now, so yeah, I'm feeling, a lot better. Isla's from Southport. As I said, we spoke about it the other day. If you weren't tuned in, I give you a rundown of a couple of medical things that are going on. Um, I don't want to harp on about them now. Uh, I'm so itching to get out. I'm so tempted to go back to Blackpool and continue with a couple of more hotels. Um, I, I did say last on the last live that I've got a um, pre-op medical on the 17th. So the content is slowly dying now. My past library is starting to disappear. So I'm tempted to just jump the train up and maybe two or three more hotels in Blackpool. Don't know yet. I might do. Just take it easy while I'm up there. Neil's getting me on 720p. Is that my setting or your setting? As I said, I'm still messing around with the technology at the moment. I'm so used to just doing this on my phone, and I've just decided to start going through these streaming, a streaming platform. So I'm getting used to using it. Hello, Paul Boardman. Great name, he says. I gather you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about Paul because I'm Paul, or you're talking about who knows where. Hello, Clark. Yes, I'm doing okay. Hello, Brian. I've got another Brian on now. So we got Brian. What happened there? Brian Longridge. We got on. Hi, Paul. Wayne saying come back to Blackpool and we can say hi. God help Blackpool. Yes. A up our kid from Fatma. Yes, 46 people on. Go on, hit the likes, hit that thumbs up, hit everything. Just hit anything you want, except me. Um, I don't know. What do you think? I've got 46 people on. Do you think I should go back at, say, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then come back and get myself ready for my pre-op appointment? Do you think I should go and do Blackpool? Let me know. Just say yes. That's all you need to say. Let's see how many people say yes. I should go back and do a few Blackpool ones. I feel okay, and to be honest with you, I'm feeling worse sitting round because I've been told to take it slow and calm down. Um, I'm sick of looking at YouTube videos. That's all I'm doing. I'm literally doing nothing. And it's been over a week now. And I just feel to myself, I need to get up and do something. Um, the problem is, once I go and have the pre-op, that's literally gonna throw me out. If I have an operation, I've got an abdomen problem. I've got a hernia, so it's not to do with the stroke or anything. So it's something I've had a long time, and these things all sorts have happened at the same time. So all of a sudden they put me through for a pre-op to go to have the hernia repair. Now that's gonna probably knock me for at least 2 good weeks of doing nothing, and then the recovery can take up to 10 weeks. Well, 10 weeks and there'll be absolutely nothing going up on the channel if I can't get out and about and do any content. Right, let's see what we're up to here. Is it Butlins from now on? I've thought about it, Bobby. I thought about going back. Hello, Dino. Hi. Is possible at your end with what you got to broadcast set as? I'm still somewhat a novice of live streams. I know, it's I'll get used to it. My kids will probably be able to just show me dead easy how to do it. But I'm one of these people that, have you ever done anything before where you buy something and you open the box up and you start putting it all together and you think, yeah, I can do all this, and then you realise you can't do it, and then you go back to what you should have done at the beginning, and that was get the instructions out. Well, I'm one of them people. I open boxes and I just have a go and start messing around with it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I go back to the beginning and start again. Is anybody else like that, or is it just me? Funky 2, evening, Paul. Right, Fatma's telling me to leave it. Now Kevin's telling me to go. Anthony's saying relax, don't tempt fate. The thing was, they never found anything, Anthony. That's the problem. After the stroke nurse and after the CT, they haven't found anything. So it all boils down to, did I overreact? I don't know. They can't really overreact, can they? When they get symptoms, then they give you medical advice. They can't really overreact, because at the end of the day, you've got to go with the medical advice, haven't you? So I had to go to the hospital because that's what I was told. Go see how you feel or wait for your medical advice. Well, yes, if you feel it, Funky's saying. Susan's saying yes. Lynn's saying no. So it's mixed, this, isn't it? Julie's saying yes. You only live once. What was that? Get your ass to Blackpool. Yes. Colin Mendy. Oh, who remembers Colin Mendy? Oh. I remember the swimming pool in Colin. Well, it wasn't actually a swimming pool. It was green. We couldn't go in it because it had algae in it. Right. Anthony's saying yes. Fatima's saying wait until I'm mended. Clark, love to see more of Liverpool. Well, that's something I'm thinking of doing as well, just having a little wander around Liverpool. Because I'm of a certain age, I can actually give a little bit of a history of Liverpool. I know a lot of areas of Liverpool. I can tell you what was originally there, what's been put into place, and I can show you some footage or photographs of what stood in place of these buildings. So I could do a lot of Liverpool, but it wouldn't be one video. It'd probably be more like 4 videos, because there's so much of Liverpool to show. All depends what your P-op is for. I'm left alone. It's my decision, Fatima. It's been left up to me to do what I want to do. Ask your doctors first. Well, I don't think the doctors would say anything regarding the pre-op, because I've had this problem. I've had the hernia for 15 years. So that's, I managed to carry on through my life for 15 years. So I don't think they're that bothered about it. And the referral to see a neurologist, I'm just waiting for. And I really don't think, I said the other night regarding that, there's no stroke, the bloods came back fine, and the CT was fine. So as far as all the Blackpool doctors were concerned, I was discharged back to my GP, and the letter did say, on the bottom of it for my GP, it did say, it's up to them if they want to do further investigations. Now, when I spoke to my GP, they didn't really seem that particularly bothered, because it was like, when you're trying to explain that somebody else sees something, when that receptionist said, "Are you having a stroke?" I didn't know what the hell she meant. I didn't have a clue. Um, so I'm only going by what she said. Now, it seems very strange that a complete stranger says something to you. So when the online doctor heard that, um, that's when they said I needed to be checked out. So they thought I'd had a stroke. Now, the funny thing about it was, I always thought strokes had to be fast. They always tell you fast. I didn't see a stroke nurse for 12 and a half hours. That's how long it took to see the stroke nurse. I've seen other people, but not the stroke nurse. Imagine you climbing the walls and chomping on a bit. Neil, I don't know. I'm so know your health comes first, Andrew's saying. It may be keyhole. Yes, Dino. Apparently with the hernia, it depends. They can do a full cut, which is about 10 centimetres, something like this. Or they can do, I don't know if it says 2 keyhole or 3 keyhole. Now, they've got to obviously sew up the weakness in the wall, and then I think they put in a mesh of some sort, and then they stitch it up. But I've been told that I will go in, when they eventually do the operation, I will go in the morning, and I'll be back home by afternoon. So it's sort of in, done, throw out. Bloody hell, technology is getting old. Do you know what? I'm going to have to go back on this now. I'm going to have to run through these quick. Evening, Paul. Okies. They give you some more time rather than always on the go. I know, but it's been over a week now, and I don't know. I'm just feeling like I need to get out these 4 walls. Didn't get any notification about this, Tyler. That's saying, I don't know what goes on. Some people get notified, others don't. Get yourself to Nossi Ash and the Diddyman. That's Andy's saying that. The doctor's always right. Take 2 paracetamol, it'll be fine. That's correct, Brian. That's it. You can take a slow review. Yeah, I can go, I don't have to. I can go to the hotels and I can chill in the hotels. I don't have to run around Blackpool. I can go review the room, review what there is at the hotels. A lot of these hotels in Blackpool are only going to be boarding houses anyhow, so it's not like I've got to take you right round the swimming pool and the grounds. That'll take 3 or 4 hours to video. You're literally going to be doing the room, probably a little lounge, and then the breakfast, and that'll literally be the Blackpool hotel done. Then I can chill in Blackpool. I can just go and sit down on the front, get a bit of fresh air. I don't have to be running wild around Blackpool. I'm probably doing more here because I've still got to go out and get shopping and stuff like that. In the meantime, do best of videos, best of Benetton or price. Yeah, you can do stuff without moving out the house. Rub your face with a wet flannel. A cup of tea, you'll be alright. Lynn Patterson, oh well, would go then. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you don't know whether to do something for the best or not. All I know is that once I go, I don't know what's going to happen with the pre-op. The pre-op itself, have you seen that as well? I've come out in this as well. I don't know what that was. That just happened this morning. I think I've been bit. Why don't you book one hotel in Blackpool and do hotel video around Blackpool rather than moving? Well, to be honest with you, when you say moving, the hotels that I had pre-booked, which on the last video, which literally I lost the 4 hotels I should have been, and I lost the money of them because they had to go because hotels.com wouldn't give me the refund. They were literally within a couple of streets of each other. I wasn't going from like South Pier to North Pier or up to Cleveley's. They were literally within walking distance of each other. Let's have a look on this. Are we going? Right, Tyler said, you've just been overdoing it. Nothing to worry about. Back to normal in a couple of weeks. Yeah. I don't know what the period of convalescence is. I mean, have we got any males on, or females, by the way? It's not just male, is it? That has, what are they called? Umbilical hernias. Um, Anybody on now that's had it? What's the recovery time for it? I think the first 2 weeks is the initial thing where you really can't do anything. I've been told you can't even pick a kettle up. Um, is it that bad? Neil likes entities idea. Hello, Ray. Go back and ask her what did. Well, I'm going to have to travel all the way to Blackpool. Then I'm going to have to try and find out which girl it was. It was just someone within the reception. Um, she was behind the desk. But, you know, I'm not going to start going back and asking stuff like that. She probably won't even remember. Plus, I've got to find out which girl it was. Then I've got to find out what shift she's on. Does Dr. Lloyd Grossman carry out keel stuff? I don't know. Kevin, hi Paul. Hope you're well. Wish you all the best. Cheers, Kevin. Getting away for a few days would better than moping. I know the thing is, I'm sitting here just, you know, it's nice weather outside, and I'm sitting here. Do you know what I've done? The last few days, I've probably done more work in the house the last few days. I have emptied wardrobes out, drawers out, and took loads to the charity. Just completely. I'm just finding something to do. But one good thing is I've got rid of loads of stuff. I didn't realise how much crap I had in this house. You need someone to go with you for a few times just in case reoccurrence episodes. That's Dino's advice. Jenny, hi Paul, take care of yourself. Do what you have to get well. You will be fine. Love to see Liverpool plus anywhere you go in the Northwest. Loads of places, Jenny, to do, I tell you. The annoying thing is, if I do have to sit off for like 8-10 weeks, I'll go mad. Stay the Costa de Guise player in. Let's go. You're going up a bit too quick there. Right, dude, Monkfish. Stayed at the Costa de Guise player hotel in Lanzarote. One wonderful time staying in the hotel Nazareth in Costa de Guise at the end of August for 2 weeks. Love Lanzarote. Well, I did do the Costa de Guise player. Did that in a couple of about 6 months ago, something like that. Hello, Patricia. Don't worry about being late. Craig Davis. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, Craig. 2 weeks of catching up on soaps. Yes. Hi from Educator. Very torn between going or not. I don't blame you at all. In fact, the old saying is, if in doubt, no. Yeah, I know what you mean. How are you, Educator? Well, yes, I'm doing okay. It's getting that bad that I've just gone out, would you believe it? I went out and got an ice cream off the ice cream van, and I haven't seen him for about 6 months. And even he's just said, oh, you're okay. It's obviously, YouTube's bigger than I think. I've just booked New York. Oh, good on you. I'm going to have to start getting over towards the States. My wife had a cyst removed, basically a C-section. It took 4 months and ended up on holiday using a wheelchair. Had Keel, was in and out in a few weeks. There you go. Are you good? Yes, I'm doing okay. Right, Bobby. If you do go into hospital overnight, ask if you can go on a Friday, because it's fish and chips. Hope you're doing good, fine. Hospital food? Not 100% certain on that one. Funky, sometimes you can have TIA, a mini stroke, which lasts a few minutes and then right itself. I know my dad had one of them. I remember him having that. 1 minute his face was gone, and by the time we got him into the car and home, he was back to normal, and by the time the doctor came, there was nothing wrong. Patricia's saying she's working. Well, that's why I'm leaving it a little bit late at 8 o'clock, just to hope that I can get, you know, rather than like 7, or people are still having the tea. Kids are back at school by the time you've recovered from the room. Yeah, that's the other thing, is these next 2 or 3 months, Bobby, it's just the hotels. I was saying this the other night. The prices are through the roof. Absolutely ridiculous now for flying or going on holiday. And they'll get worse. So he says hi, and then she says hiya because she's sorry. Fiona, hi Paul, hope you're doing okay. Take care of yourself. I've just got back a couple of weeks ago from Benidorm, stayed in the Don Pancho. Highly recommend it. Client 55 plus. Yeah, the only problem with the Don Pancho is they don't do a minimum night. I think they are minimum 4 nights. Now you've got to realise when you're, here we go again. I always seem to talk about money when I come on here. You've got to realise when you are trying to get as much content based in your travel, which means the cost of the plane, the cost of getting to Spain, and then you just do the one hotel. Now you don't really know until you put that video up if it's gonna draw any attraction. If it doesn't draw any attraction, you're not going to even cover the cost of your flight, or you're not going to cover the cost of your hotel. So that's why I try my best to do 5 hotels in a journey, and then you hope that you get that money back, because at the end of the day there's only a pool of money to do all this. It's not an ever-growing tree of cash. I start with a pool of money, and then I do what I can with that pool of money. Now if a video really bombs and doesn't get any traction or anything on it, people don't watch it, then you don't get anything back for it. So that was a waste of a journey, a waste of a video, waste of money, and then that's gone out your pool of money. No one's going to come along and say, oh, video A wasn't very good, so sorry you lost that amount of money, here's another load of cash. It doesn't work that way. If you lose it, it's gone. So every YouTuber works on a budget. They have to, unless they're paying out of their own money. Maybe some people do it just as a hobby. So when you've got the likes of the Don Pancho, which does a minimum of nights, I'm going there for they say a minimum of 4 nights, to just go and do the hotel and spend 4 nights in the one hotel. Once I've done the review of the room and the hotel, then what do? You're done then. There's nothing else to do. So I try and get as much in with my travelling. Where am I up to? That's gone down there. Dun, 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 dun. Tyler's just paid £290 return with Aer Lingus to New York. That's good. I had a small stroke last month. If she gets too drunk, she cut it out, Bobby. You could do a hospital review, check the I know people turn around and said to me, did I check out the hotel, the hospital while I was in? Paul, let me know if you go. I can arrange for some knockoff flowers or grapes. Okay, I'm sure you can, Brian. I walked past the Kessery place you stayed in. I'm a good few miles from there. Being a retirement gaff for Liverpool rented out. Yeah, that Kessery, it's a little bar. We're talking about a little bar in Pattaya in Thailand. I love it. I love it. The staff are fantastic. It's not spectacular, but the drinks are quite cheap, and it's a people watching bar. You can literally just sit on the front and just watch the whale go by and sweat to death in 30 odd degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning. Patricia, in Liverpool on the 27th, celebrating the 66th birthday. Celebrating the 66th. I gather that's a birthday. Be looking out for you. Well, hopefully, yes, I should be still up and about, running around. Right, Prash Super Travels. Hey Paul, it's Prash. Hope you're well. Hello from me and my mum. Hello, mum. Neil. Brian saying Neil. I've stayed there twice. Super Hotel. So he's talking to Neil. Oh, about the Don Pancho. This is it, when you're going through this conversation here, everyone's chatting to each other, so I don't know until I read it what you're talking about. Entity Yeah, they're talking about that kettle check. Hello, Nikki. Hey, Paul. I hope you're doing well. Missing your vlogs. Well, the thing is, I'm still putting one up a week at the moment, so you're still going to get one every Sunday, and I am on Egypt at the moment. Yes, the Tiger Mozzies, by the way. So, Nikki, they are going to be going up. Unfortunately, I'm trying to spread the content out because I'll know better on next Thursday. Um, Pre-op. I don't know. When you have a pre-op, how long after are you talking for an operation? Are we talking a couple of days? Are we talking a week? Are we talking 10 days? Are we talking a month? Because it can't be too far because what's the point of the pre-op? Because health situations can change in a very short time. So I don't know how long after. And then the doctors are going on strike now, aren't they? So I haven't got a clue. Yes, Brian, the Tiger Mozzies, they had a three-course meal on me in Egypt. Oh, Bobby, you say it. I'm not reading it out. Patricia, slap him if you want to. Hello, Paul. Messaged you last week. How are you? Hello, Neil. I'm fine. I'm fine. I had a pre-op. You only charged me 50. Oh, go away. We're on a serious chat here. Right, we've still got 48 people on. Can you hit the thumbs up? Let's get a few more people on. A question to ask everybody. I know I've started this off. I should have started this a while ago. But do you actually think this is a good thing to have every Wednesday? Doesn't matter where I am in the world. I could still, on a Wednesday night, make it 8 o'clock UK time and come on, even if it's only for half an hour. So do you think the Wednesday live, to keep doing it every single Wednesday? Tony's saying keep your chin up. Let me know, what do you think to keep this going every Wednesday? I mean, I've obviously got quite a few Wednesdays at home once I have, if I get this operation. I can't believe that I've waited this long and there's a possibility that I'll have this hernia repaired, and they're talking about going on strike. Prash, here we go. Paul, me and your mum are very happy you're okay and looking well. I am rebranding the channel into a new channel in 2 weeks. Big changes in my life. Being humble and motivated. Thanks for being humble and motivated. Cheers there, Prash. Right. It's a good thing to do, Paul. Good thing about it is, no, don't bother, Brian. No, the good thing about it is that you can all have a little natter amongst yourselves as well. So, glad you're feeling better, from Tyler. Yes, brilliant. Yes, from Jeanette. Yes, from Clark. Ice cream's good for when you record. I've just had one. I just had one now. Pre-op ice cream I've just had. As I said on, I can't remember what night it was I was doing. I have got mugs up, by the way. I do have mugs. Should be coming up on the screen any minute now. I've got merch for your mugs, and I've got them right down. Oh, that's a member. That'll pop off now in a second. To come back to your memberships in a second. Let's have a look up here. Why are the doctors going on strike? More money, apparently. Now, they were given that big pay rise, as far as I was concerned, to stop them doing this. But now they're doing it again. I don't know why. Andrew's saying keep the live going on the Wednesday. Paul, yes, your pre-op. They'll do it quite soon after, because a certain number of days. Yeah, that's what I was saying, like 28 days. You'll have to redo the pre-op. I thought that. Paul, how did the lady know something was wrong? I haven't got a clue, Tony. I haven't got a clue. And now I'm starting to doubt. I'm starting to doubt the fact that she actually seen anything. You know, when you're sitting back and you're thinking, what was this all about? How did this all happen? How did I end up in hospital? Everything just sort of happened from phone calls. And next minute, I'm lying on a trolley in Blackpool, Victoria. Um, it was one of them where now I wish I'd have just gone back to the hotel and just gone to bed. But I don't know what she's seen, and it just seems strange that a complete stranger would come out with a comment like that in the first place. I just don't get it. Exactly. Love watching your hotel reviews. A lot of people go on your recommendations. I was. Do you know what? Yes, a lot of them do. Because I've been in Benidorm quite a few times and bumped into people um, walking along the front, and they've told me that they're staying in this hotel based on my video, and they're going to think about staying at another hotel based on a video. So it does help people to decide. Now, the only thing I will say, people say, will you please recommend a hotel? Now, I've said this numerous times on the channel. I don't recommend any hotels that I review. The reason for that is because everybody's different. So it's no good me saying, I love this hotel, this is fantastic. Everybody watching the channel, you've got to book this hotel. Now, and then you go, and the entertainment's not what you like. There's too many kids running around. When you go, the food's not the same as it was when I went. And then all of a sudden, everybody's coming on the channel going, that hotel that you recommended going to would never go again, blah, blah, blah. And I get earache then. So I don't recommend it. What I always say is that I show you hotels throughout the world through the lens of my camera. So when I walk into the room, or when I open the drawer or open the door, you're seeing what I see on that camera. It's not staged. I don't start moving stuff around the room to make it look better. I don't ask for anything to be put in the room to make it look better. You see it as I see it. And I always say, you view from the camera. What you see down the camera is your choice then. If it looks sort of the hotel for you, then feel free. I don't do recommendations. Echo, I just got in. Your volume is really low. Is my volume low, or can everybody hear me? Have you got your volume up, Echo? Because no one's complained about the volume, and I've been on 32 minutes now. Thank you for going to Dublin for a day. £60 return for two. Then back to Liverpool. Oh, thank you. Going to Dublin for a day. £60 return for two. Then back to Liverpool. I liked it. I actually did Dublin the other day with a friend. I went, yeah, see what I mean? Even though I've been told I've got to go. Oh no, it was before. It was before Blackpool. I went to Blackpool just for a day with an old friend that I haven't seen for ages. She wanted to go, and we just shot in the early flight in the morning, walk around Dublin, and then we come back home in the night time. Didn't do any footage of it. Just had a chill day. Am I worried Labour will stop my pip? Well, do you know what? I'd love Labour to give me any sort of benefit. Any sort of benefit at all, I would love it, because I can honestly hold my hands up, and this is the gospel, and you can believe it as much as you want. I left school at the age of 16 because of a family bereavement, and I had to go and find a job. And I have never, ever, ever claimed one penny off the government. I've worked ever since I left school. I am multitasking and following the live and trying to edit my vlog. See, that's a good thing. I can't do that. I can't multitask. Well, they're saying it's not going to be tax rises. I don't like going into politics. They're saying it's not going to be tax rises, but the U-turning on everything else, aren't they? So we'll have to just wait and see, won't we? Hi, Paul. You're my favourite channel, Nicola says. Thanks very much, Nicola. I don't do politics. I don't do sports and I don't do politics. Hi, mate. Do you class yourself as a Scouser or from Merseyside? Glad you're feeling better. I'm not bothered either way. I'm not that bothered. I'm from Liverpool. If you want to call me a Scouser, I don't. You know, as far as I know, I'm a Scouser. That's it. People say you don't sound Scouse, but I'm not bothered. Call me anything you want. Will you go back and say thank you to the lady? I've just had this conversation, Tony. I don't think I'm going to be doing all kinds of special journeys back. I don't know what shift she's on. I don't know when she's going to be in there. She might have been just covering. She could have been relief. I don't know. Hi, Paul. Hope you're keeping well. That's from Paul. Hello, Paul. Yes, defo. But can you pop in? Right, hang on. I'm getting mixed. I'm trying to answer different people now. I'm losing. Yes, defo. But can only pop in if not at work. Now, I don't know. I've lost that one. Sorry, Sue. You can only spend 90 days in Gibraltar under the new laws. You can only spend 90 days in the Shenzhen European countries anyhow, out of 180. It doesn't matter what countries you go. He, him, bin. The Esther price increase is coming. Oh, so Tyler, if you haven't got your Esther, then you're gonna find the price increase. I think it was only about $14 last time I went to America. And my Esther's just run out. So if I do go back, I'm gonna need it again. Would you recommend, Nicola? Would you recommend Auschwitz in January, February? Or as long as you've got a pair of nice furry boots and a big coat and gloves, yes. You're not going to be able to go January 27th. I think something from the 25th to the 29th, you can't go Auschwitz anyhow. Because it's the Memorial Day and they close it off to the public. There's a period around that 27th is Memorial Day at Auschwitz, so that's definitely out. You won't be able to go there because it's only dignitaries and relatives. I think certain relatives are allowed to go, and they close Auschwitz off, but I think it's closed for about 4 days over the period. Unfortunately, we can hear you, Brian, saying there we go. So I don't know what you're saying about the volume, because I'm looking at my volume levels here and they're all fine. Where are we on that one? Oh, hang on. Volume's fine, loud and clear, fine. Yes, it's up. Do you send a PayPal to the email to get a mug? Yes, Mank. Yes, you can. Just if you do want the mug, then all you got to do is just drop me a line on that email address that you can see on the screen, and I'll send you the PayPal details, and then I'll get your postal details off you and send you the PayPal, and it'll be popped in the post. Volume fine. I've got my headphones on though. There we go. So that's fine. Volume is fine. Everyone's saying the volume. I don't know what's wrong with other people's volumes then. Bobby's saying, I have a big room, 6-foot bed, large balcony, private, hot water, for $190 a month. Are you talking about Thailand now? Will you be applying for a mobility car? There was no electricity when you left school. There was no electricity. No, there wasn't. It was all gas. Even the even me biros were gas. Right. Do sports. I don't do sports either, which is why I support Everton. There you go. Esters are going up to $40 just in time for the Olympics to be in America. Right, so $40 is what What's the currency change on that? Are we talking about £30? Something like that, I'm guessing. Um, which was a big increase from £14, so it's doubling. They're doubling the esters. I'm talking about America, by the way, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about. I'm sure mine's either got about a month or two left and then it's gone. Right, Patricia, too true. Don't want benefits, but don't take what I've worked for. Well, you know, this is the thing. And you know what? I can see, unfortunately, I can see as people who have worked all our lives are getting older, I can see us having to pay for our medical treatment when we get to that time when we need it. I can see that happening. Even though you've paid into it, I can see us having to pay for our medical stuff. It's the way it's going to go. T. Michael, hi Paul. I know you don't do sport, but how sad. I know, yeah. That was terrible, that, wasn't it? But you know what? I noticed something on the news. I don't watch the sports and stuff like that, but you know what? Some of them are spinning some stories on this now. I just turned them off in the end. It was only 2 days after his wedding, wasn't it? Sue's saying she can hear me, no problem. Yeah, it was only 2 days after his wedding, and he's making his way back, wasn't he? Back to the UK when he had a blowout. But they're all trying to. You can just see some of the spins on some of these stories now going. They always look for the worst in something, don't they? My mum-in-law pays for her own care. Had to sell it. Do you know what? I've seen that done. So it's actually happened, to be honest with you, to a friend of mine. They had to sell the parents' bungalow to look after the father's care with dementia. Got to go up early. Good work. All right, Tony. Catch you again next Wednesday if you can. Funky suggestion, Paul. Can you email the hotel, and they might be able to tell you who was on duty that day. And what will be the outcome? I don't know. I might call in if I ever go back to Blackpool. I don't know. Got tilly cough. Liz, every Wednesday will be fine live. Keeps everybody up to date on how you're doing. I know, yeah, that's the thing. You know, I've been doing this channel over 2 years, and I do lives, but I haven't done them as much as I should really have done them. I'm too busy in between hotels, that's the thing. Dr. Dan, hi mate, I hope you're well. Hello, Kathleen from York. Great to see you. Best wishes, Rob and Kath. Do you know what? We keep missing each other. You keep texting me. You keep texting me, and I'm going to have to get a drink. Sorry about this. Got a tiddly cough. Don't worry, I'm back. Oh. Yes, hello Kathleen from York. We keep texting each other, don't we, and keep missing each other. I'm okay. Right, let's go Bricko. So the Esther's round £32, and it's nice to know that you know so much about me. The fact that my Esther ends on the 23rd of September. It's my son, by the way. That's how he knows. About the lives. Oh, I'm with you. Now I'm with you, Sue. Grave. Hi, Paul. Hope you're feeling better. I'm fine. Brian, Paul, perhaps you could think about paying your subscribers to watch. You do it the reverse way, Brian. I'd get more subscribers, wouldn't I? I'd get a lot more subscribers if I paid them to watch. Right, Nicola, thanks for Auschwitz info. Would you say booking Krakow with a travel agent better, or is it easy to book flights, hotel? not been before. Right, don't want to make this too long. Book your flight with your cheapest flight. If you're willing to take the risk, this is the problem, Nicola, before you go any further. If you're willing to take the risk, if you book your flight with the likes of Ryanair, that'll take you to Krakow or Easy. I think EasyJet still go. Once you book separate, you've got no cover if one falls. So I always chance it. Your hotels, you can just go through any hotel. What you need to do mostly is find the map that's central. Look for a map central to the square, the market square, and then pick your hotels around there, because you really need to be around the market square for everything. And Get Your Guide. The company called Get Your Guide will offer you the different deals for Auschwitz, because you can actually combine Auschwitz for a day with the salt mines. If you're capable of doing something like 14 hours non-stop, you could do Auschwitz, Birkenau and the salt mines together, or you can do Auschwitz and Birkenau. They have different packages on Get Your Guide. I always use them. They're on time. They have central pickup points. You can actually get them, depending on how you want to pay and how much you want to pay, you can actually get them to come to your hotel and pick you up from the hotel, and you can have a private driver. It depends on what you want to pay. You can make it as dear and as cheap as you want. Or the problem is, if your flight gets cancelled, then everything you paid is lost. But even if you book it as a package and your flight gets cancelled with EasyJet or Ryanair, then you're not really going to get your money back for Auschwitz. You might get a package for your flight and your hotel. It's difficult to choose. It's totally up to you what way you want to do it. I personally just go for it and chance it. T. Michael, have you ever get the chance, Paul, try and do the Don Pancho 3 nights minute? I just said that. That's what it is. Don Pancho is a minimum nights, and I try to do as many as I can. Brian, I used to have longer when I started watching you. I thought it was just me that you give a headache, but you were on the chatter guys the other night, weren't you? You were giving them an headache as well. It's all gone now, Brian. This is, grass doesn't grow on a busy street, they say. I just figured that if you could tell who it was, you could speak to them. The thing is, even if I spoke to that receptionist stroke whatever, I don't even know if she was the receptionist. She could have been the cleaner. I don't know. She was just standing behind the reception. She might not have even worked there. She could have been a friend. Realistically, thinking about it, I just think that, whatever she's seen, I've been checked out and they've not found anything. So I felt like 19 hours of my life was wasted sitting in an A&E. But I got checked out, and the good thing is they found nothing. Nothing's come back. And they did everything. The CT, that's what I was worried about. The CT will find something, and the doctor said no. Patricia, can we send you messages when we're away to keep you updated every Wednesday? Can we send messages when we're away? Well, you can send them to that email address if you want to say. If anyone wants to contact me, that email address is there. But the problem with that email address is I probably only view it once a week. So you can send messages to there. No, Mank. No. Not interested in being on videos. That's your answer to that one. Right, I'm trying to. Everyone's on different conversations here. Neil, also T. Michael, there are other perks for guests if you book direct with them. Yes, that's the other thing as well. Booking with hotels. I've said this on several times when I've been on the channel. People ask me how I book the hotels. It depends. What I normally do is find out the hotel I want to go to. Then I'll do a search for the best price on the internet. on the major companies, because you can come down to some companies I've never even heard of, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't touch them, because you look at the star ratings and they're like 3 or a 2 out of 5. So I normally go for your top ones, obviously booking.com, hotels.com, Expedia, Travel Republic. They're just a few. Look at them, and normally you'll find they're round about each other. Just say, for instance, £80 each, 79, 76, 80. And then I'll go to the hotel. If you can't book direct online with the hotel, then give them a ring. Because a lot of hotels have said to me, and recently it seems to be happening more now, and this is abroad and in the UK, a lot of these hotels are saying to me when I arrive, they're giving me cards and saying to me, if you ever want to come back, ring us direct and we'll give you a discount off whatever price you get. Because don't forget, they have to pay a percentage to these tour operators, these trying to do the word now, travel operators. So they've got to pay a percentage to booking.com or to hotel.com or whoever you book through. So what they're trying to say is that they'll try and pass that, say 10% off the price. So instead of you paying £80, you might get it for £72 if you go through direct. You can only try. If not, you go back to the cheapest price that you found on the internet. Right, Grave. Ireland is roasting hot now. No need to go abroad. I don't think there's any need to go abroad at the moment for the next week or so, is there? Because apparently we're going into another heat wave this weekend, aren't we? I'm reading some messages as well. I would go back to Blackpool. Get you out as well. I'm a chatbot. How are you? Craig's asking. I'm fine. Right, I've advertised, as you can see on screen now, the mugs on there now, but there's I'm going to say a big thank you to everybody. Let's get back to this screen. You can see it popping along now on the screen. A big thank you to everybody, by the way, who tunes in. I've got to say this because I don't really get the opportunity to, but I've got to say a massive thank you to everyone who tunes in. Obviously, as you can see there, for the views, the comments, the membership, subscriptions, everything that helps the channel to grow. Because without the viewership, you don't have a channel, basically. You haven't got any channel. Because if no one's watching it, then there's no encouragement to continue doing it. So a massive thank you to all the support. Now, I have had several messages on videos asking how you can support. So I'm going to put some of these up on the screen now. I'm going to say, first of all, you can obviously support if you want to become a member, and you can do it by buying a coffee if you want. The buying a coffee is a way of you paying an amount of money. It's called buying a coffee, but basically it's you funding a little bit, like it's exactly the same as becoming a member. But either way, it doesn't matter if you don't want to do any of that. It doesn't really matter. For one reason, is because if you watch the videos, you watch them, you watch the adverts, you're helping the channel grow either way. But it's totally up to you. But some people do want to become a member. So I'm going to show you the memberships now. They're coming up on the screen now. There's a popular membership, which is $2.99 a month. Now the membership for popular. Now I did change these recently. There used to be level 1 and level 2 on the memberships. Now I've changed them to popular and advanced. Sounds better, rather than just membership 1. And your name with the popular one for $2.99, you get extra stuff that viewers don't have, such as you get stars next to your name, the little badges with a star on next to your name, and they colour change for the length of time that you're a member. And you get extra emojis. The only difference is the advanced is $3.99, and with that one, your name or your username on YouTube is on the end credits of every video. Now, the reason why I do the popular and the advanced is because some people don't want the name put on. So that's giving you the option. So you can have the popular with no name on the credits, or you can have the advanced with your name on the end of every single video. Right, I'm going to show now, I'm going to say a big thank you. These are the members that are popular. I'm going to say a big thank you to them. So if you're watching, you'll see your name come up now. So they're the popular members levels. They're coming up on the screen. So a big thank you to them. Right, sending all my love. That's from Craig. Ocean Beach Steve, hello from Real. How is yourself? I'm fine. I think my messages have jammed for a second. Where are we up to? Yes, they've stopped for a second. Right, so on the screen now is the popular level members, and then as I said, if you go up to the advanced level, the only difference is with the advanced level is that your name is on the end of every video that goes up on the channel. And a big thank you to all the advanced level members. Now I don't know what's going on, but I think the messages have stopped. Just open this kicks back in again. Oh no, the messages haven't stopped. They're coming back up again now. Right, Patricia's off. She's saying bye. Catch you again. Paul need to go, need some sensible conversation. The budgie is waiting for me. Look after yourself. Okay, Bri, I'll catch you later. And 49 people on, hit the thumbs up and get a few more people on. Just looking at messages coming through now. Have the messages jammed, or have you all stopped typing? Now here we go. No, I think they're still coming through. So as I said, there are certain ways of supporting the channel if you wish to do so. I'm not begging you to do any of this. As I say, all your views, all your watching the videos right the way through, watch the adverts, and that all grows the channel. The chats that we're on now is exactly the same. The messages, the comments that you make, it all fits into this big pool. I don't really know I don't really know how the algorithm works. I don't think anyone, I don't even think YouTube knows how it works, but apparently views, watch times, everything all builds together. Glad to see you on the mend. Love your vlogs, from Brendan. Do you sell who knows where fridge magnets? No, not yet. I haven't thought about them yet, but I do, when I go away, I do some sort of competition, Nicola. You're probably seeing it, where I give a fridge magnet from wherever I am. I'll do a competition and give one away. Take care, Paul. So Lynn's popping off as well. I'm probably going to do an hour and a half on this, so we've got half an hour left to go to have a little chat, because this tittle throws, I don't know what's going on. Been fine all day. Starts off when I start talking. Yeah, I'm just Nicola. Fridge magnets is a good idea. Yeah, because I know Brian would be very happy for fridge magnet. Hello, Rob. I'm fine. Now, if you look at Rob's name, you'll see next to him he's got a shield. Rob's been the advanced level member for probably best part of, I'd say, 16, 18 months or something like that. We're just talking, Rob, we've been talking about memberships in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. So you see how Rob's got a little shield next to his name and he's got extra emojis that he can use, and Rob's name comes up on the end of every video in the credits as supporting the channel. Virtually the same as a lot of people do. I think most creators have their memberships and the Patreons and stuff like that. Okay, Paul, I need to go. Wish you well. Take care. A pleasure attending your first live. Okay, Neil, enjoy it. Go back and sort your channel out. Yanks and Brits. Hello, Yanks and Brits. Where have you been? I haven't heard from you for a while. Good evening, Paul, from Ian Harris. I know, Rob. Oh, how do, pal? There we go. Oh, they're chatting to each other. Clark saying fridge magnets are common. They are very common, but believe it or not, people love them. Leslie. Hi, what is your favourite hotel in the world? Oh, I don't know. I did like the space in Pattaya in Thailand. I did like that one. That was so unusual. Fiona, hi Paul, love your vlogs. Love from Ireland. Just saying, Fiona, I was in Dublin about 4 days before I went to Blackpool. I was in Dublin. Lovely day there. Right, Rob, I don't know what you're talking about. The doctor seems to doesn't think that I need anything at the moment. He doesn't think that because of the results. He said he was going to have or send him a note through to the neurologist. So I'm hoping to hear something back from them. I don't know when. But that'll be another appointment at the hospital. But regarding the other thing, Rob, is I've got my pre-op for the hernia on the 17th. So that's where I'm up to health-wise. Just keep yourself okay. I will have a fridge magnet. As I say, whenever I go anywhere around the world, I started picking them up all because of Brian. I kept going on about fridge magnets, so I started picking them up from around the world. I pick one up and then I do a little competition on a live, and you get whoever wins gets it. What was the first country I visited? Spain would have been the very first country back in '79. Sean, hi Paul. Hello, Sean. Hi Paul, where are you? Are you in Liverpool? Yes, I'm at home. I've been told to slow down because I had a little bit of a health scare, and I'm waiting a pre-op for a hernia, so all kinds has happened since I spoke to you, Yank, but I'm okay. Gamers, hello Paul and others. Karen, hi Paul. You have a hernia, hop. Oh, here we go, Rob. Is yours, which is your one? We're into hernia conversation now. Mine's an umbilical, if that's how you pronounce it. There's several different hernias. Just waiting for these messages to come up. I don't know what's happening with this. It looks like to me that it's sort of like holding and then pushing so many comments all up at once. Hope you get good news on your health. Cheers, Yanks. Benidorm was the first place I visited abroad. Echo, that was the first place I ever went to in 1979. Yes, mate. And strangulated hernia. Oh, hang on. Yes, mate. I had an emergency op back in the... Oh, and it has come back. Oh, that doesn't sound very good, does it? Did they not do it right, or did you overdo it, or... See, that was the thing with mine. They told me, I've had mine for years. They always said to me, if it pops out, if it strangulates, get back to the hospital as soon as you can. That's all I was ever told. Oh, Clark's come across my... is that how I started? Yes, it was Clark. Clark come across my graveyard videos. For people who are new to this channel or didn't know, because I probably don't really talk about it much, is I do have a sister channel called Interesting Places. It's another YouTube channel called Interesting Places, and that's how I first started doing the videos. And literally, I spent 3 years going around cemeteries. Not because I'm weird or anything. I was looking for celebrities that had died. And I think I did about 150, 160 celebrities. And the channel's called Interesting Places. So if you like stuff like that, I basically show you where the final resting place is, a little bit of history on the person, and show you the grave or where their ashes were scattered. Depends if you like that sort of thing. Incognito. Hiya, Paul. Oh, Echo. For me, it was 1981. The messages keep stopping for me too. I don't know what's going on. It's probably just a slow YouTube. Nicola, my Labrador is having surgery to remove the whole of its ear canal. He's 9. Oh. Oh, that sounds horrible. Ew. The whole of the ear canal. Right, Rob, they said there will be a weakness and it will need further surgery. The op was repair. Oh. So they haven't really fixed it then, have they? They've just patched it up and sent you back out. Well, I hope they're doing mine. I hope they're actually repairing mine and not just quick fix and then I end up back in again, because just leave it alone otherwise. A yank. Hey Paul, you need a month on the beach in Benidorm now. A remind us who won the Premier League again. Kim, hi Paul. What have I missed? You haven't missed anything, Kim, really. We've just been talking about my hernia and how to become a member. Literally, that's it. And a lot of people have been saying hello to each other. And the channel, it keeps sticking for some reason. Be water in the garden, hose pipe ban in, I know, yeah, in Yorkshire. Do you know what, Kim? Either you're in the garden, you're doing the car, you're doing something every time you come on. Rob, yeah, it's a planned procedure, which I hope is better. I don't know, I've never had any of them. Told you, who knows where fridge magnets. Do you know what? I might look into seeing how much they cost to be made, and I haven't got a clue. But I might have a look at some fridge magnets, because then I can just give my ones away, can't I? Just started watching, so at the beginning. Hope you're well, Paul. Vlogging locally sounds a great idea. Yeah, well, Bev, the thing is, I can do the lives rather than doing the walkabout lives where I lose my signal when I'm abroad, because this is the problem you have when you're abroad and you start moving. You can walk out of a signal area into an area where there's no signal, and then you've just lost it. So I think what I might do is, especially with the Wednesday now, with it being a Wednesday live, wherever I am in the world now, I think what I'll probably do is keep it to the time, the UK time, 8 o'clock. So it'll probably be 9 in Spain. And just do the live from the hotel room. Then I know I'm on the internet of the hotel, so it should be a better signal. Uh, the Blackpool one that I did just before I had my little episode, the Blackpool one, that was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Hello Andy, Paul. Sorry I'm late, mate. Late coming on, mate. How you doing? Just looking at the letters today. I'm fine, Andy. I know you said you were going to be coming on. I had a massive hernia 20 years ago till I divorced. When is the Blackpool video on? Right, Rob, the problem with that is it's the last one because up to now, because I'm still doing Egypt, and I did say the other day, because of the content and because of what's going on, I'm going to have to slow down on the videos. Otherwise, everything will be gone in a couple of weeks and then I'll have nothing to put up. So what I've started doing is just doing the live on a Wednesday and a video on a Sunday. And I've still got about 3 or 4 from Egypt to put up before I go to the Blackpool one. But I was saying before, Rob, I'm tempted to go back to Blackpool and do a couple of more hotels before I go in for my pre-op consultation. So I'm tempted maybe to go back to Blackpool on Sunday and stay till come back Wednesday. That's what I'm tempted to do. Oh, I can't. I've got a dental appointment Monday. So I might go Monday, Tuesday, come back Wednesday. I don't know. Don't know what to do. Ocean Beach. I nearly choked on me. Funky. Good idea, Paul. It means you can always do a walk as a video where... Yeah, the thing is, Funky, the thing is, I can always do walking around as a video, showing you places as a video. It doesn't have to be alive. I can do that as, you know, just exploring the area. Like I said before, I don't know if you were on, I was talking about, you know, I was born in Liverpool and I really haven't done a lot about Liverpool. So I could take you on the ferry, give you a trip across the Mersey, show you what it looks like on the other side, show you the fact that there's a beach not far from Liverpool in a place called New Brighton. Then I could take you around the dock areas on another video. Then I could take you around areas of Liverpool and probably get 4 or 5 videos, and that would only be me slowly walking around the city rather than getting on planes and stuff like that until I get myself better. Right, they're talking against each other. There we go. Do you drive when you go to Blackpool or go on the... Do you know what, Rob? I've started getting the train to a lot of places. See, I'm of a certain age now where I've got a senior pass for the train. And when you're getting train prices for like £6 each way, it's costing more than that in petrol. Then you've got this big heap of metal to try and park somewhere. And then if you move to another hotel, there's not always a parking space by the other hotel. So what I've ended up doing in the past when I've done 4 or 5 hotels in Blackpool, I end up dumping the car right up past North Pier and jumping the tram along to a hotel on South Pier rather than take the car and try and find a parking space on South Pier, which can be a nightmare, especially this time of the year. So I thought the last couple of times I've gone to Blackpool, I just thought, give the train a chance and see what happens. And for the likes of £12 return, it's easier because I just come out the train station and then, you know, you're virtually on top of North Pier hotels. And it's not really that lot far to walk to get to Central Pier. So I found it a lot easier, believe it or not, by train, because you're there in just over an hour. Paul, I'm thinking of going to Blackpool in August. Do us a favour, please review the Boulevard. I've done it, Andy. Have a look. The video's done. Did it last year. It's supposed to be a 5 star, but even the staff said it isn't. That's good, isn't it? They say it's more of a 4, but it's claimed as a 5. So I've done the boulevard. Have a little look. Hello, JBM. Yeah, I'm okay. Right, I'm trying to go back on what Steve's saying now. He gets his next year. What you hear? You were talking about getting rid of your hernia. You get yours next year. Hi, Paul. Good to see you well after the initial shock and your diagnosis. Cheers, Mark. Hello, Paul. When you're making your videos, say Benidorm, etc., or anywhere, is it stressful to do things? People don't realise what goes through to me. I didn't until I started. Yeah, well, the thing is, Yanks, the thing is, people don't realise, especially if you don't do content, you just see the result, you see the video at the end. And I'm not nagging, by the way. I'm just saying, give you a quick breakdown. You've got to realise the footage that you see is not the footage that's recorded. The footage that's recorded is probably tenfold of what you actually get. So you might end up with a 20-minute video, but we've probably recorded 200 minutes, especially with the retakes, and you're not always sure if you're going to use stuff, but I always say over record, because you can always throw it away. You can't really add it once you've moved on. So I always over record what I need. Things that I see in a hotel, I'll video it, and then realistically when I come to edit, I might look at it and think, well, does that really need to be in? But then there's other bits that I think, oh, I'm glad I've recorded that, and I put it in. So what you see is a little portion of a lot. It's the same as, like, if you remember years ago, a lot of the old movies when they had the reels and stuff like that, they'd say a lot of it would end up on the what's it called, the editor's floor. A lot of it would be chopped and be left on the floor. So that's what happens. Plus the retakes, people might think, well, why do you do retakes? Because believe it or not, unless you're doing videos, you don't realise how noisy trying to do a quiet video is, especially in a hotel. Because you'll get into your room, you'll set out your cameras up and everything, and you'll go to talk, and then before you know what, there's a trolley going up the corridor, and it's banging on something, or there's going to be a workman in the shower next door to you, and they start drilling through the wall, and you think, oh, why this room? And you try to do retakes, then you make mistakes because you say stuff that you don't forget. None of it's scripted. I don't have cue boards with all the words on. I just say it as it is, and if you're saying stuff fast, things don't always come out. Then you've got your editing, which can take, depending on how big the video is, can take 2, 3, 4 hours, depending. Depends on what you want to end up with as a result. I mean, I'd love to be a vlogger that goes round just showing you as it is, but I think when you're doing that and you've got the camera hitting the floor and the turning around and the camera's not on them, and the live action ones, that's what I'm saying. I like to edit the videos so that they look like a proper travel video. I could easily walk around with a camera like this, and then you'll just get me trying to turn the lens around, and there'll be a gap in the video, and I'm going, I can't get the button to work, but you don't want to watch all that. Yeah, cutting floor, that's the one. Cutting room floor, thanks. Trying to think of the words. But you don't realise what's involved. The hardest ones that I ever did was the cemetery. People might not realise this, but when I was doing the graves, they were a nightmare. I went and did Agatha Christie's grave, and she's buried down south, can't remember where, done that many, and she's in this tiny little churchyard. Now when she died all them years ago, it was probably a nice little churchyard in a tiny little village, but now the main train line from London runs right to the back of her grave, and it's on the flight path for Heathrow. So it probably took me about 4 hours to do a video in a quiet cemetery for Agatha Christie. But I tell you what, she can't be sleeping much in that grave now. The noise, there's planes going over, there's trains whizzing past, and it's just, I think, when they chose that place, it probably was a tranquil little churchyard, but it's a menagerie, I tell you. The all you can hear is meow with the trains, and then you hear the planes coming over, and I was like, oh, how am I supposed to record here? So it's not as easy, and it can get stressful because you've got times as well. Don't forget, I've got times in the morning when I do my review on the hotel. I have to go down for breakfast. Now, with a lot of hotels, especially like the likes in the UK, you've got to be out the hotel by 10 a.m. But then breakfast isn't served till 8, between 8 and 10, between 8 and 9, and you've got to be out the room by 10. So I've basically got to go and have my breakfast, see what it's like, video it, get back upstairs, then start doing the closure of the video. And that's when I feel a little bit of pressure on, because I've got to try and get it done. And then what happens is, because they give you the time for 10 o'clock, a lot of the maids come to the rooms thinking that once you've had your breakfast, you're going to go. So they start knocking at like 9:15, 9:30, and you're trying to do that closure at the end. So it can be a nightmare. But you try and do it the easiest way to fit in. I've lost a lot of comments here now trying to answer that. Andy must have missed that video. Great chat off to work. Alright, Clark, catch it again. I probably missed him now, he's probably gone. My friend had twins, and that's male twin. He had that up 3 weeks. Now he's 13, he's fine. Yes, a lot of kids, a lot of babies are born with hernias. That was the words I was looking for. Funky anyhow, cutting room floor. Let's have a look at that. Untamed Tiger, hello. Nice to see you, you're on. Oh, you're going to treat yourself. I'll let you go, Andy. I'm not going to say anything about it. Watch the video. Hello, Paul, long time subscriber. Sussy Vids, first time chatter. What name do you come under then on the videos, on me videos? Because I don't remember. Have you got under the name when you? Sussy Vids. Absolutely love your videos. I'm sorry to hear about your recent healthcare. Hope you're on the map. Yes, that's fine now. Oh, you're a subscriber. Sorry, not member. It's me reading it wrong. I'm putting member stuff up. Okay. Cheers, long time subscriber. I'll get there in a sec. Really interesting. What you are saying reminds me of my ex in Wales years ago. He did Denzel and they recorded 3 days for a 90-second. Yeah, it is. It's the same as these big movies. You think to yourself, why are they there for like 5 days? And then when you come to see the clip, it's literally 30 seconds. Hi Paul, hope you're doing well. Well, we're not on that same. So Lewis is saying, hi Paul, how are you doing? I'm fine, Lewis. It's not on the same scale, but things go wrong. You'd be surprised how many things go wrong when you're doing videos. I've been walking along the front of Benidorm with the camera like this, talking to the camera, and people run up to the front of the camera, which is the back of the camera, and they're waving like this, and you're like, what are you waving at? The camera's looking at me. People, you get all that. I've had a woman come up and she's actually pushed my face away from the camera so she can go and look into it. And it's like a crazy moment. Like, she's literally pushed my face away from the camera so she can put her face in the camera, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's weird when you're when you're vlogging, I'll tell you. Do that sound again. What? Meow. Your volume is very low, Paul. Right, Sen. I don't know what's going on because everybody's just told me the volume is fine. So can you just check it at your end? I'm looking at my levels here now. They seem fine. Let me just check. They seem fine on this end. Right, the volume's fine. Anthony, did you ever visit Richard Whiteley's resting place? Yes, I did. That's one of my videos. That's done. Lovely church. Couldn't get access to it though. Looked lovely from outside, and I actually flew my drone over Richard Whiteley's resting place, over the graveyard and the church. So look out for those videos. I have done a lot. I've done 150-ish, probably a little bit more. George Michael, Amy Winehouse, Larry Grayson. I could go on forever. You'd have to look at the channel. Hilda Baker, Colin Crompton, Bernard Manning, I can't think. You'd have to look at the channel. As I say, there's about 150. When you go to London, did you go by train? I went by car on that one, Leslie. But do you ever come to Preston? No, I've never been up that way. Well, I have been that way. I've been through Preston, obviously. Right, Nicola's popping off. Dog wants a wee. Okay, thanks for that info. See you, Nicola. Mark, Paul, you've given some great tips for Value Hotel over the last couple of years. Not going to mention them. Keeping ones we're going to as a secret. Well, okay. Well, the same tips are out for everybody, Mark. So literally, but you pick the ones that you like. Volume is good. Yeah, I see. So I don't know what's going on. Michael's saying hi. Funky. Yes, Paul. People just don't realise what's going. You go into a room, any room in a hotel, you probably should be 10 or 11 different angles of the room. Yeah, it's it's different things. It's the balcony shots and stuff like that. You go out, and then you've got your copyright music. People don't realise this when you go into. That's why a lot of the times when I go round the hotels, I use YouTube's authorised music to go over their music, because you know yourself, if you go into a hotel bar or a hotel lounge, there will be some sort of copyright music on the background. Now I can't. You either get a mute video, or I have to cover it with authorized YouTube music that they allow. They have a library on YouTube that you can use X amount of tracks, which they've authorized to use for content creators. Yanks, mine is an only tiny Paul, but I wouldn't believe some of the characters out there. Had a lady recently on a mobility scooter who thought I was recording her. Called the cops on me. Well, I had one in what was it? Where was I? I had one in Lanzarote, and she come out of a bar, actually came out the bar and came up to me. I was on the road, and came up to me and said, I hope I'm not on that video. And I thought, well, you've just walked out of a bar to be on the video. So I said, well, I can't say this, can I? Oh yeah, I can. I actually said, no love, it's not a wide angle lens. To which she didn't get what I meant, and then walked back in. But that's what I got. She purposely got off a chair in the bar to come out onto the street to say, I hope I'm not on that video. So she walked in front, she came out and walked up to me on the camera to put herself on the video. She was edited out anyhow, but Untamed saying he loves my Graves channel. Yeah, if you're looking for something else to look at, it's called Interesting Places, and you will see me on there. As I say, it must be 150, 160 videos. Right, Twice Night Whiteley, yes, remember that one? Kim's saying, Michael, can you review the Royal Sea Bank in Blackpool, please? I think I've just seen that pop up on YouTube. I'm sure another vlogger's just recently done it. Danny Lee, hello, Paul. That's another thing. When you're a content creator and you're actually on a particular thing, like I do a lot of hotels and travel, and especially if I put a Blackpool video up, I find that all of a sudden I'm flooded with suggestions and recommendations of other Blackpool hotels, and that's how I get to know other content creators have done stuff. You'd be surprised how many people say to me, oh, you must know so and so because they do Blackpool. And no, when I was in Blackpool for that one hotel, before I ended up in the hospital, the owner was talking to me about several people that had been in and reviewed the hotel that I was at. And he said, oh, you must know them. It was this person and this person. And I was like, no, no, never even heard of them. And they couldn't believe, they had to get them up on the YouTube to show me. And I was going, well, no, I still don't know them. We don't know everybody. Because you just do that sort of content, it doesn't mean you know every single person. Danny Lee, hello Paul, hello Danny. Jedef, glad you're better, Paul. Are you going back to Tenerife? Nothing planned at the moment. As I say, all this is based on what's happening in the next few weeks, health-wise, with the tests and the operation that I'm having. But I'll keep you informed when I'm up to, obviously, because of these Wednesday lives now. Alf and Sue, hello Paul, hello Alf and Sue. Kim's laughing there. I think she's laughing at that comment. Yes, the people are surreal, aren't they? I don't know. You know, when you say something and then you think to yourself, oh, I shouldn't have said that. It's just the way she said it. I'm not on that camera. I hope I'm not on that camera. And I went, no, love, it's not a wide angle lens. And then I thought, oh, should you have said that? But I don't think she got it. She might have got it. I don't know. Don't care. Anyhow. Right, so it's really weird sometimes when you're actually just walking along, and some things that people do, some things are so funny. I've even had women, when I'm walking along, especially in Benidorm, I even had women bare their chest to me, but the camera's pointing at me, but they see you with the camera, and all of a sudden they do that with that bikini top, thinking they're going to be on camera. I've had that done once to me, and I thought, well, even if you did do that, I couldn't put it on YouTube. If I did video you, but the camera was on me, I'm talking to the camera, but she thought I was aiming the camera towards her, and she just went dink. But I don't think YouTube would allow that anyhow. Right, so many surreal, but I've done that one. Laugh out loud there. That's it. Love watching your channel, Paul. Crazy. Thanks, Paul. They're good, these Wednesday lives. Well, you know, I think it's about time. You've put so much in watching the channel. I'm trying to give you loads and loads of content, and unfortunately I'm tied up with that much content that I'm not actually giving you proper time, if you know what I mean, face to face. I know we can't see you, but you know what I mean. And you can find out what's going on. You can ask questions. You can ask. I don't know everything about travel, but if I know it, if I've been somewhere, I can give you a tip on it, or I can tell you the easiest way to get somewhere if I've been there, what way not to do it. I can give you some tips on travel, even like I did that video on the suitcase sizes, which was so helpful to so many people, because they were getting caught out by Ryanair, because Ryanair was a smaller size, yet though you can take a case out on EasyJet and book a return flight with Ryanair, but that case is 5 centimeters smaller on Ryanair. That's a big size. 5 centimeters is that much. And you think, well, I took it out on EasyJet and they never complained. And then they come back on Ryanair and £75 charge. So I did that video and put that one up about the suitcase sizes, as so many people have loved it because they didn't know. And it might have saved a lot of people a lot of money. Yanks, hey Paul, if I bump into you in Benidorm, etc., I will try to wind you up. The problem is when people say I'd love to bump into you, or we'll meet in Benidorm, or we'll meet here and we'll meet there. It's strange because you know me. I can't meet you. I don't know what you look like. I haven't got a clue. So, you know, when people say, oh, we'll meet up, and I go, well, I don't know who I'm meeting. Funky is saying, walk with Tim. Said the same. You never meet any of the other YouTubers. Funny enough, when I did the what was it? The Winter Wonderland, not Christmas Gone, the Christmas before, I did Winter Wonderland in London, and I was videoing. I think it was the Funhouse. I think it was. I was videoing the Funhouse, and I'm literally standing like that with the camera. And apparently, I don't know if it's true, but they've stopped vloggers now going into Winter Wonderland. They stop your video and now. I don't know if they've done it, but this was 18 months ago. And I'm standing with my camera like that, videoing the Winter Wonderland, not the Winter Wonderland, I think it was the Funhouse, one of them. And literally 3 foot away from me was Tim. And we were both pointing the camera at the same thing. Didn't know each other, didn't have a clue. I knew him. Don't know if he knew me, but I wasn't going to go, oh, Tim! You know what I mean? He went his way and I went my way. And that's it with vloggers. You might know people from it. I mean, I've recognised people when I walk around in so many places, and I don't realise till I walked away, is he a vlogger or is he just someone I know? Yet, so I didn't meet him, I saw him. He was literally, I could have touched him, do you know what I mean? He was that close. But, you know, one, he's in the middle of a video, so I'm not going to sort of go, oh, hiya, Tim, or something like that, because that means he's got to do a retake. Bit more personal, these live chats. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Because I probably wouldn't be telling you about my hernia op on a hotel review. It's amazing how I hardly see anyone filming up here in the high peak. I don't know why, it's a nice area. Exactly, Paul. You have no clue what I look like. Wind you, I know, yeah. But you'd be surprised how many people say, oh, meet us. I've had messages saying, we're in Benidorm, we're in this bar, can you meet us? And I'm going, I can't just walk into a bar looking for someone I don't know. And by the time I get there, are you going to be there? Or am I going to be walking around the bar going? It's, you know, because you see me, I don't know you. Andy, yes, I'm thinking of doing them, but I'm not going to do as many. I'll do a couple this year. Because they don't really change a lot. The Manchester Liverpool one, I know the Liverpool one has been virtually the same for about 5 years, so it's not going to look any different. But I might do about 3 this year. I think I did a lot last year. I think I did about 5 or 6. I might do a couple of, if I can travel, if I can get back on the plane again after what's going on. I don't know. I'm not planning that far ahead. I wouldn't mind doing a couple of European ones, not Poland, maybe Germany or something like that this year for a change. I don't know. It's all up in the air at the moment. Kim, yes, I do have an image of people that I think are going to look like, but 99% of the time they don't. They don't look anything like what what I think they're gonna look like. Right, we've got 30 people on. I'll probably do 32 on now. I said I was gonna do. Oh, I might as well take it up to the 2 hours then. We got 20 minutes. Might as well stay for another 20 minutes. Paul in Blackpool are getting rid of the old. It's gone, I think. I think it's got the old police station's come down, Danny. Stephen mentioned it. The coach station and the police station are both gone, or they're in the process of doing it. Stephen off Walk on the Wild Side. I saw something of his. Oh, talking about that next. Isn't this weird? You're talking about one thing or one question, and then Anthony's just asked the same thing. Did I meet Walk on the Wild Side in Blackpool? Yes, I did. I was walking up towards South Pier, and if you watch Stephen's site, there's an area called, it's the ventilation shafts that come out of by the pier, and Stephen calls them the pipes of poo. And I was on a live, and people were saying, Stephen's in front of you. Stephen's, keep walking up, keep walking up. So everyone's telling me that he's there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So they're saying, Stephen off who knows, Walk on the Wild Side. Well, I'd never met him before. I knew of him in Blackpool, but I'd never met him. So they're telling me, keep walking, you're 100 yards away, keep walking. And he was on a hill by the pipes of poo. And I said hello to him, and he said hello. He didn't really know who I was. But we swapped cameras, which was hilarious because people were watching his channel. And then when they realised I was there, they were leaving my channel to come and see me. They were leaving his channel to come and see me. And some of them were leaving my channel to go and see him. But me and Stephen swapped the cameras. So when you look at the Walk on the Wild Side, it was me presenting it, talking. And when you looked at my site, then there was Stephen. And people were like, what's going on? Because we swapped it and had a bit of a laugh. I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to be able to do the lights this year because I don't know where I am with this operation. I don't know if I'll be able to travel. I know it's end of August. I know it's a bit of a way, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping to go up for the big switch on again. Right. What are your plans for the rest of the week? That's what I was saying, Anthony. I threw a little bit of a poll out before. I'm tempted to go back up to Blackpool, but then I realised now if I did go, I could only go Monday, Tuesday because I've got a dental appointment on Monday now. I might go Monday to Tuesday and do 2 hotels. At least it's a little bit more content and it's not stressful because I don't have to worry about the whole week. I can just go on the train and then I can just come back. I don't know. Anthony's saying yeah. Oh, this year, yeah. Right, Paul, yes, you might find with a live, you might be able to just do 2 videos a week with a live. I don't know, I haven't got the content at the moment, Funky. This is it. This has all gone slightly up in the air the way this has gone. So I haven't really got the content to go to 2 a week. I don't know. A little bit up in the air. I didn't expect the episode with the hospital, and all of a sudden this, even though I've had this hernia for 15 years, I didn't expect this to happen now. All of a sudden how it happened was I received a text message on a Sunday night from the NHS asking me, did I still need this surgery? The doctor had sent a note after he looked because it was getting bigger, and the doctor sent a note off, obviously saying that I need a surgical referral. Never heard anything for don't know, for eternity. Then I get a text message on my phone. Do you still need this surgical referral? Sunday night out the blue. I was tempted to put back. No, I've died, because it was like forever. So I put back yes. And then about 3 weeks later, I got this letter for like a month ahead stating that you've got your review with the doctor. So I went about a month ago to see the doctor, went to the hospital to see the doctor, the surgeon, and I waited over an hour, even though I had an appointment, and I walked in, 15 seconds maximum I was in the room. He just went, oh, I believe you have a hernia, can I look at it? And I lifted my top up and he went, yes, that needs surgery, we'll be in contact. That was it. 15 seconds. So I left that, and then about a fortnight later I get this letter stating that I have a pre-op for the 17th of July, which was about a month ago. So I've been waiting about another 4 weeks for the 17th of July to arrive. And now I don't know what's happening now. I don't know what happens when I go for the pre-op, because, as I said, doctors are going on strike. Yanks, I remember seeing a video from an American woman saying the same thing. People rush up to her and say hi and frantic to meet you. Well, the thing is, loads of people say hello to me, and you've got to realise the thing is, what I had to get out of at the beginning was, because you know when people stare at you, you know, if you're walking down the road yourself, just any person walking down the road, and then you clock someone staring at you. When I first started the channel, I was sort of like thinking, who are they looking at? Do I know them? And then I was thinking, why are they staring? And I even had one episode in Benidorm where there was two guys with bottles outside of a bar. And I was going from this was in the daytime, and I was going from one hotel to another. And as I was walking up the road, fine, I clocked these two guys, and I watched one of them looking at me. And I got a little bit uncomfortable, so I crossed the road. And this guy started shouting after me. And I turned around, and he went, it is you! It's you! You're on YouTube! But when you've got people staring at you, and you don't know who they are, at first it was like, I couldn't register in my head. Why are you looking at me? Why are you staring? And you've got to realise, this is the same thing going through their head, is, I know him. Where do I know him from? So they're staring, and then you don't realise that they're staring at you because they're curious. They're trying to place you somewhere, and you're looking at them, looking at you, thinking, what are they looking at? So I've gone the other way now, and the funny thing is, people if you walk into a shop and someone stares at me, I'll go, oh yeah, and then you see them going, who's he? So it's gone the other way now. I think if they're staring at me, they must know me from YouTube, and it's not. And then they're looking at you like you're soft. It's weird. Yeah, I'm up to that one. Remember seeing you. Here we go. Jeff, what about a little Chester or a hotel review for it? I've done them, Jeff. I did the Christmas shopping in Chester. I did another one walking around Chester, and I did the haunted pub in Chester. I did a video for that one. I was invited to do that one, and I stayed in the mill house, or the old mill hotel, and I did a review there. Rob's talking to JBM. Kim, have you ever accidentally gone into the wrong hotel? Yes. I did that in Benidorm. I've had a couple of weird occasions. I've had them where I've been really tired, and I've gone to bed, and I've woke up, and I've jumped up, and I've gone, oh my God, where am I? Because I remember going into, say, a blue room, and I woke up in a green room. I'm talking about decor, and I'm going, oh my, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? And the blue room was the day before, and I've checked into a total different hotel. So I've had that one where I've really sort of like panicked because I didn't know where I was. Um, and I had another episode where my room key wouldn't work. I came in, I'd gone out for a drink, and my room key wouldn't work. Um, so I went down to the reception and I said, I'm sorry, but my room key doesn't work. And they've gone, that's not our hotel. And I got, oh, checked out from here last night, didn't I? Oh, I'm in the other one now. I've had that before. Because we do a five on the run. It's so easy to to go back to the hotel like you did the night before. Because you're just on like home and pigeon. And I've done that once where I was in the wrong hotel. I'd already moved to another hotel. I think they were next to each other anyhow, or very close to each other. I've actually had someone come into my room. That's happened to me a couple of times where their keys opened my room and then they realised I was in there. That's happened a couple of times in hotels. So how come their key opened my room? No idea who he is, yeah. Brad, have you thought about doing some local Liverpool famous please videos? Yes, I've just, Brad, I think you've only just joined us. I mentioned that before. I'm thinking of doing a few local Liverpool history, walking around, not in history like taking you back thousands of years. I'm talking about maybe what happened 40 years ago, what the places look like, where the original cavern was, the proper cavern, not where it is now, and things like that, taking you down the pier head, showing you the ferry journey, stuff like that, round the dock area, and then maybe round the city area, and showing you some of the side streets and what they looked like years ago, because there's always old pictures that you can put up. I didn't mean now, Paul, I meant when you go back. Yeah, yeah, funky. I'm reading that now. Yeah, I didn't understand what you meant. Yeah, I'm gonna slow it down. Probably two a week and alive, and maybe throw in a walkabout if I'm ever anywhere. If the signal's good enough, throw that in between. Yes, the Sea Bank, Michael. I did mention that. That's just this minute being done by another vlogger. I haven't looked at it yet. It's on the front, the Sea Bank, isn't it? I don't know. I'm gonna have to have a look. There's quite a few along the front I'd like to do. But I did notice it flashed up the other night. It'd only just been done by someone. But I don't normally watch other people's videos because I like to go and see them myself. So it probably is on the list. There's quite a lot in Blackpool on the list, but there's a lot that I don't want to do in Blackpool. Um, and I mentioned this the other night for the reasons of I don't want to spend £10 a night to go in a hotel. I know exactly what you're going to get for £10. Um, and I don't think my viewers want to watch that either. If you want to look for a hotel, I recommend, when I say recommend, I show you hotels that I think people would like to stay in. I don't know much about disconnection. Um, just a second, we had a little bit of a disconnection. I could turn this channel right round and start going around all of £10, £15 hotels and show you, you know, the stained mattresses and the dirty bathrooms and stuff like that. I don't want to do that yet, so yeah, I will eventually get round to it. I want to try and do as many of the front ones. I don't know what's going on with this signal, but it looks like the signal keeps dropping. I don't know what's going on because I'm getting a little bit of a wheel of death here at the moment. So should have a text then saying I'm not a doctor. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, Michael's talking to each other there. Yeah, totally understandable there from Dingo Seabank Hotel in Blackpool. There you go. So, um, Michael, it might not be on my list then. I'll have to have a quick look at it and see what it's like. If it's classed as a really bad hotel, it's not for what I want to do. Now, Stephen, we're coming down here, Stephen H. You know, Blackpool is what people want, but what certain people want. Let's just say people pull Benidorm apart. Places aren't for everybody, Stephen. Steve H. They're not for everybody. You might class it as a dump. Some people enjoy it. Some people like going. Some people have memories and love going back there for family memories. Benidorm, people call a dump. It's everyone's individual. It might not be a place for you to go, but a lot of people enjoy it. It has millions of visitors every year. I still like going back to Blackpool. But each to their own, they say. I don't know when I'm going in for the operation because I've not been given any date, and I think it will be Aintree. Yes, JBM, have I ever had a hotel recognise? Well, when I say recognise me, I don't know if they recognised me and they weren't sure. It was the Hotel Orange in Benidorm because she welcomed me back and I went in to check in and she welcomed me back and I thought, I've never been here. So I said, "Oh, are you like this?" She said, "Oh, hello, nice to see you. Nice to see you again like this." And I went, "Again?" I said, "I've not been here before." She went, "Yes, you have." And I went, "No, I haven't." And I went, "I've never been in this hotel." I said, "Tell a lie. I skinny dipped in their pool and I was thrown out by the security at like 2 o'clock in the morning back in 1980. But I wasn't staying at the hotel. Me and a couple of lads just decided to, we were going past the hotel, we just decided to run in and throw ourselves into the pool. Stripped off naked and threw ourselves in the pool. So I have been in the hotel, but I don't think she'd recognise me from 45 years ago. Um, but she was adamant that she knew my face, and I think she's probably seen it on a video. Um, but I've never actually stayed in the Hotel Orange. Paul, do you stay? Hang on, what's going on here now? Right, I missed a few. Let's go back here. I'm missing a few. Apologies for this. Right, Brad saying that would be fab. Right, Steve's having a conversation with JBM. Brad, isn't there a pub in Liverpool with an amazing cars? Yes, it's called the Philharmonic. It's up by um, the Metropolitan Cathedral, the Catholic Cathedral. It's on the next block. If you're ever in Liverpool, it's called the Philharmonic Pub. It has the amazing toilets. Everyone goes just to take photographs in the toilets. Kim, my husband did it once. We were in the waiting room with him. His room key didn't work, so he asked the cleaner to let us in. She let us in and she sat on someone else's bed for 10 minutes. Well, there you go. Right, people are having conversations with each other, so I'm going to bypass them. Perhaps, hopefully, you are better. Some all-inclusive hotels. There's not many all-inclusive hotels, Brad, in Benidorm. I think there's only probably about five or six. Um, yeah, it's frozen. I just said that it's frozen. I think we're back on again now. You're back on. Right, the answer to your C Bank. I think JBM's given a little rundown about he's recently stayed there and it doesn't sound a nice place. Sounds okay, sounds going. I don't know what's going on. I think what happened was we had a little bit of a dropout, Kim, and I think that would have affected the sound. Yes, Untamed. I do have a little bit of a standard, not a fantastic, not a big standard, but I do think to myself, if I'm not going to stay in a place, then I'm not expecting anyone else to stay there. So therefore, I have to have a little bit of a standard, um, well, a little bit of a higher standard, because I don't do clickbait. That's not my channel. I've never done it, and I don't want to do it. Um, I want people to appreciate the channel for what it is. Clickbait only leads people to click off. That's what I always say. If you find a thumbnail that looks wow, blah 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 blah, and you think, oh, this looks interesting, after 10-15 minutes of the video, you're gonna go, or even the first 5 minutes, you're gonna go, what, this has got nothing to do with the thumbnail, and you click off it, and you're highly unlikely to go back to that channel ever again. Especially if you've gone a couple of times and you've realized that the thumbnail is just to get you into the video. So I don't do clickbait, so I like to try and keep the channel to a standard. I like to do nice hotels, and I think the nicer the hotels, people appreciate it, and people are going to want to stay there. People, even if they don't want to go there, they like to look at nice hotels, even if it's not a country they want to ever go to. Some people watch the videos going, the country is not for me, but the hotel is beautiful, and they want to watch it. Love the Martin Muir video. Try that again, Brad. Love the Martin Muir video. My mum had a caravan. Do you know what? I actually loved that caravan. It was the Haven Holidays in Martin Muir, and I touch lucky because the caravan was only a week old. JBM saying Blackpool is most visited place in the UK. Did you know, apart from Bournemouth? There we go. Unable to hear, Paul. Going off. Is it back on, Untamed? Because the volumes are working down here. I think we lost the volume when I lost the signal because I went into like the wheel of death. It dropped for a bit. JBM saying he can hear me. You folk in Benidorm remember your previous life in Benidorm? No. A lot of people from when I worked in Benidorm, I don't even know anybody now from that time. They've either moved back to the UK or died, a lot of the people I knew. I think there's one or two, probably one or two that I still remember, that are still there. Problem is, Benidorm, like everywhere in the EU, once we left Brexit, that's when they had the mass exodus of people that were in Benidorm. I'm using Benidorm as an example. This was happening in Turkey, Greece, everywhere. People that were working there that shouldn't be working there, that ended up having to get the proper green cards or whatever they are, whatever the country is, whatever they call them, to work, all did the mass exodus back to the UK. That literally happened all over the world. So a lot of people that I didn't know, whether they were like karaoke presenters or door profs or barmen, bar people, bar persons, whatever you want to call them, a lot of them all just disappeared once Brexit came in. Because there's no other way of putting it. A lot of them were working there and still getting money sent through on the soch. And this happened in a lot of European countries. So a lot of people that I did know, when I say did know, they were just people that I knew from going to Benidorm, all disappeared. All ended up back home. Untamed saying he's off. I'll catch you later. Brad, it's just buffering a little. Yeah, that's all it was. It's just caught back up with itself. I'm watching 2 minutes behind. Can hear everything. Paul, nothing wrong with the live. Thank you. JBM's has a better internet. I don't know what you're telling me for. Let's catch up with these. Here we go. I don't know. I don't know why the UK... They do have all-inclusives. JBM. I think the Viking in Blackpool does all-inclusive. Sure it does. Sure it does. Yeah, Rob's saying the Sea Bank is all-inclusive, so JBM, you stayed there. People are saying hello to each other. I watched someone's vlog a couple of years ago, but wasn't that interested, so sure. Not sure of the name, Steve H is saying. Vicky, is York too far as I'm away? You're not feeling well. Is York too far? I am aware you are not feeling well. No, I'm alright, Vicky, I'm okay. It's just I had a little bit of a mixed up scare. I don't know what way of saying it. It just, I don't know. I had a hospital visit while I was away. I ended up in the hospital, but everything seems okay at the moment. If you go to Llandudno, go, watch out for the seagulls, they'll take your food. Oh, the seagulls. I don't actually think they're called seagulls, they're called something else, aren't they? A hotelier told me what they were called. Oh, wish my son was on, he'd be able to tell me. They're called something else, they're not called seagulls, they're called, sure it begins with N. But there's thousands of them, absolutely thousands of them. And Scarborough was the same. Can you review the hotel that was used for the Benetton show called Solana? Yes, Michael, I've done it. Look up on my channel, the Los Pelicanos. That's what the hotel's called, Los Pelicanos. I've already done a video. It's about 2 or 3 months ago. The live is good. So live came back and the sound is now perfect. Cheers, Steve. The sound's back on. Everything's fine. JBM, are you a subscriber? Oh, talking about something else. Vicky's saying she's so glad. Yeah, it was a little bit of a scare in Blackpool, but all my tests and everything seemed to have come back fine. Right, I'm up to the 2 hours. I'm going to do 5 more minutes. Give you all a chance to say goodbye. Kitty Wakes, that's the one. I said it began with, did I say K or N? I don't know. Kitty Wakes, they're all called, aren't they? Yeah, but they're all protected, so you can't do nothing about it. I know there was loads in Llandudno, but I tell you what, Scarborough, oh, they are the Grand Hotel that I stayed in, they were literally coming into the room. I had the window slightly open and they were trying to get under the window to get in the room. Oh, and in the Marine Hotel in Llandudno, I woke up early hours of the morning. I could hear something on because the floor, I could hear like a patter on the floor, and I threw the light on quick, and there was a gull in my room. I like to sleep with the window open wherever I go. I like to sleep with the window open, and obviously it must have been a nice night. And because I was on the seafront in the Marine Hotel, I was looking out, and I like to hear the sea. I like to do this in Benidorm. I like the fresh air, and I like to hear the sea if I'm close to the sea. And I did that in the Marine. I had the window lodged up wide open, and a seagull decided to say hello to me during the night. It was actually in the room looking at me when I turned the light. It flew out quick, but you could hear the patter of its feet. And I thought, what's in the room? Turn the lights on, there's a gull. Catch you on a review, would you visit? I'm going back to York. I've been invited back by Rob. If you notice the last two videos that I did, Rob works for one of the tour, well, he's worked for 2 tour companies now. And if you watch the videos from York, you will see that he's took me round twice, round different parts. I think the first video I went round York Minster and places, and then the second video I did the canal or the river, and he's inviting me back to do, like, there's more places to go. I don't know which ones. I think it's the Terry's factory and there's one of the museums that I've always wanted to go back to. I haven't been back there since 40 years ago. There's a museum there, so I've been invited back again, so hopefully later this year I'll be back in York. Right, everybody, I've been on over 2 hours, so start saying ta-ra to each other, because I'm going to bring this to a close, because my throat is getting further and further tighter with all the talking. And it's nice to see so many people on. So I'll just do a quick flash through that to everybody, by the way. So there we go with the... As I said, the cups are there. If you want to purchase one of the Who Knows Where cups, I did have them originally. I think they were like $12.99, but I managed to find someone who'd done them cheaper, and so I've took the £3 off to make them cheaper. So the cups are available, as you can see, they're on the screen now. All you have to do is go to that email, whoknowswheretravel@gmail.com, give me a name, and I will send you the link for the payment, and then all you have to do then is give me your address and they'll be in the post. And a massive thank you to my members. As I say, there are 2 levels. If you want to find out the information, just hit the join button on the main YouTube site, on my main YouTube site. Just hit the YouTube button, the join button, and it'll give you the information about the levels. Now, there are 2 levels. As I say, there's a popular level and there's an advanced level. There's £1 difference in each. Now, the popular level, the only difference with the popular level is that your name is not credited on the videos. That's your choice. That's why I gave 2 memberships. I could just have 1 membership, but I've done it as 2 memberships to give you the option, because some people said they didn't want the name on the videos. So the popular level, which is this one coming up on the screen now, as I say, if you go into join, it won't connect you to join. It just gives you the prices. So the popular level, they're the members that are on the popular level at the moment. The only difference between popular and the advanced ones is the popular, as I said, your name isn't credited on the videos. And they're the advanced ones. They're the advanced members, and their names, their usernames will be on the credit at the end of every single video. That's the difference. Right, so going down this. Paul, have you stayed in the refurbished hotel and floor derelict for years because of the fire? Yes, it's the Barthello. I think it's the Barthello you're talking about. Yeah, I stayed in it. Sure, it was the Barthello. Being a great live, Paul, for the first Wednesday. Cheers, Jed. Good night, everybody. Good night to that, Paul. Good night. Good night, Funky. Good night, Brad. Untamed. Rob. Echo. Kim. Anthony. Steve. Lee. Ragnar. No, I'm from Liverpool, Ragnar, and I'm just closing the video. Unfortunately, you've just joined us right at the end. Is that a Chicago accent? No. No. Far from. Yeah, see, so that's the one. Yeah, it's the Barthello on Benidorm right on the front. Watch the video. I've done it. Right, folks. As I said, I'm off. I'll catch you. Um, Watch out for Sunday. Sunday is going to be the fourth hotel review from Egypt. Um, Obviously, Ragnar's looking for someone who's American because he's off. Right, watch out for Sunday. I think it's the fourth hotel from Egypt. And I will. Hello, Kathleen. So you're still here? Kathleen is the wife of Rob, who took me round York, in case you're wondering. Anyhow, as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying now because I'm trying to read both. Yeah, Sunday is the fourth video coming from Egypt, and watch out for that one. It'll be on around about 6 o'clock, and I'll see you in next Wednesday's live. Unfortunately, though, next Wednesday's live, I still won't be able to tell you where I'm up to regarding the op because I don't have my review, or should I say me pre-op until the Thursday. So it might not be on as long on Wednesday because obviously I've got to get to bed and get up because I've got to be at the hospital first thing in the morning. Right, so I will catch you later. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad it worked out. Sort of, except for our little wheel of death. Right, I'll see you again. Yeah, I've said try to it.